I ended up being renditioned. That's the only way I can put it. I was taken up into the mountains somewhere because my ears were popping and it was freezing cold. So somewhere up in the mountains, maybe Pennsylvania, West Virginia, I have no idea. And for 6 weeks, well, let's just say right now, I'm basically 100% disabled. My back was broken in 4 places. I have a plate in my head. A lot of my joints were broken and I was raped for 6 weeks. And I realized at that point that even if I did what they wanted me to do by signing this document or identifying participants who had nothing to do, falsely accusing people of having a part in my espionage, they'd never let me live. They couldn't, because I mean, just you could look at me and you could tell that, this confession on my part was not extracted voluntarily, and it would result in a lot of questions. Luckily, my lawyers finally found out where I was, and they managed to bring me back to the DC jail. The problem is that when it became known that I wasn't responsible for what Ames had done, the behavior towards me didn't change. So, what is my situation now? Well, I'm crippled, basically.
And then after the beatings and the rapes, after 6 weeks, the lawyers got you back to the D.C. jail.
Right. And if you look at my record, there is a gap of about 6 weeks of where nobody knows where I was. In fact, when I was later in prison, I asked to see my record, specifically for those dates. My case manager, took out the file, and she looked at it, and she said, there's a gap. I don't know where you were. It's not here. So I said, well, isn't that kind of unusual? And she closed the file, and she said, so unusual, I don't want to continue this conversation.
Probably wondering why so many billionaires don't pay any taxes, and we do. That's because they have the experts to read their tax code. Tax Engineered Services, Julio Gonzalez. Brilliant guy, save me and Ann thousands of dollars by taking advantage legally of the tax code, things that you'll never know. And he only gets paid on taking a percentage of what he saves you. It is a win-win, no-lose situation. And right now, you can get his free book. All you have to do is text the word Y to 26786. That's WHYY 26786.